In one of the remote villages, there was a legend passed down through generations about an old abandoned house known as the House of Shadows. The house was surrounded by a vast garden and ancient trees, and it was said that the owners of the house mysteriously disappeared several decades ago, and no one had found them since. The story began when a young adventurer named Samer decided to visit the village for a short vacation to escape the pressures of city life. Samer was passionate about mysterious stories and legends, and when he heard about the House of Shadows, he couldn't resist the urge to explore it. On a sunny day, Samer headed to the old house. The front door was partially open, as if inviting him in. As he crossed the threshold, he felt a strange chill despite the summer heat outside. Samer continued exploring the rooms, where the furniture was covered in a thick layer of dust and the torn curtains swayed with the light breezes. While wandering around the house, Samer found old diaries hidden under one of the beds. He began reading the diaries and discovered they belonged to a woman named Layla, who had lived in the house with her husband and son. The diaries spoke of strange events that began happening in the house after her husband brought an ancient statue back from one of his trips to the Middle East. Every night, Layla heard mysterious sounds coming from the basement. When her husband went to check, he found nothing. But the sounds grew more intense and strange. A few weeks later, the husband and son disappeared on a stormy night, leaving Layla alone to face the terror. In the last page of the diaries, Layla wrote that she was going to the basement one last time to try to uncover the truth, but she never returned. Samer decided to search the basement for any clues. Upon entering, he discovered a secret door leading to a dark room. In the center of the room, he found the ancient statue that Layla had mentioned. As he approached it, he felt a strange energy pulling him towards it. Suddenly, the lights went out and darkness engulfed the room. Samer began hearing whispers similar to those Layla had described in her diaries. He tried to escape, but felt something grabbing his legs, pulling him towards the statue. In that moment, he realized that the statue was cursed, bringing doom to anyone who possessed it. Before losing consciousness, he saw ghostly faces approaching him, and that was the last time Samer was seen. Weeks later, one of his friends came searching for him after losing contact and found the diaries and the secret room, but no trace of Samer. He left the village with the story, and the legend of the House of Shadows turned into another mystery added to the village's history. After Samer's disappearance, news spread about the House of Shadows and what had happened there. The story attracted the attention of a group of researchers in supernatural phenomena. The group, led by Dr. Amjad, decided to visit the village and investigate the house. The group consisted of 5 members: Dr. Amjad, a renowned researcher in supernatural phenomena; Layla, an expert in antiquities; Yusef, a technician specialized in scientific equipment; Sarah, a journalist seeking an exclusive story; and Hassan, a psychologist. When they arrived at the village, the locals received them with caution, and the elders warned them against approaching the House of Shadows. But the group was determined to uncover the truth. They began setting up their equipment and directing their cameras towards the house. On the first night, nothing significant happened, only faint sounds resembling whispers. But on the second night, things started to get stranger. While Layla was examining the ancient statue, she felt an unnatural coldness and a tremor in the air. Suddenly, she began hearing a woman crying. Layla hesitated but called the others to the room. Dr. Amjad began examining the statue using his scientific tools and discovered an abnormal magnetic field surrounding it. Meanwhile, Yusuf noticed his electronic devices malfunctioning, with strange signals appearing on the camera screens. The group decided to stay another night, hoping the events would reveal more secrets. That night, at midnight, the lights flickered and the sounds became clearer. Shadowy figures appeared in the darkness, moving towards the statue. Sarah started taking pictures and recording everything, While Hassan tried to calm the group and analyze the events from a psychological perspective, everyone felt a sudden shiver. Suddenly, a clear image of a pale woman with deep sorrow in her eyes appeared. Layla immediately recognized her as Lady Layla, the owner of the diaries. The woman spoke in a faint voice. "Save my soul and my family's souls. Free the statue from the curse of time." Then she slowly disappeared, leaving the group in a state of shock and fear.